All right, ladies, let's get this party started. Chelsea Johnson, love, love, love this because she is a 2-star diamond out of Meridian, Idaho, if you guys all know where that's at. But with that being said, she is actually ranked number 308 in the actual network. So it's over 450,000 coaches. So I'm super excited because she is talking about leading with the business today. So I'm just going to turn it over to you. You have about 20 minutes to talk, 25, and then, of course, we'll open it up for a Q&A, okay?
Awesome. I have a lot to get through. So thank you for the intro. So my goal every month and what I do on average is sign about 8 to 10 coaches a month. That is my goal every single month, and they're typically all business builders. I rarely attract, they go into it as business builders. Not all of them are following through, just like you know how that goes, but they go in with the attention for the business. So when I do all of my business on Facebook. That's just my thing. I feel like I don't have time for anything else. So I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on anything else. It's just Facebook. And I feel like I took that idea from some other top coaches that say, go with what you're good at and stick to that for a little while and then start moving to other things. So it's probably time for me to start branching out, but I really like Facebook. It's just, I feel like I figured it out a little bit. So I wanted to share with you guys what I figured out about it and just some tips and ideas when it comes to posting on Facebook and always leading with a business opportunity. So because a lot of people that are coming to me and signing up as coaches, they're coming to me and it's because of my posts. It's not necessarily like I'm going out to find them. They're coming to me. And that's really my goal. It makes my job a little bit easier. So a little bit about me is I've been a coach for 3 years. So I have twin girls and I started coaching when they were about 2. They're now 5. So my business has been slow. It's not been like this shooting up, like amazing success. It's been a very slow process. I mean, I'm a busy mom of 3. My son is 7 now. Before I started coaching, my life was uber stressful. We lived on one income with a family of 5, and it was like less than $2,000 a month. And it was hard. And my relationship was kind of a mess. Me and Justin is his name. We were stressed, 3 kids, twin babies, just a lot of stress. And I felt uber insecure about my body and the weight I had gained with twins. So Beachbody really, really changed my life. And I think it's so important that I share that almost every day because I want other moms to know that this whole thing exists. And so I try and get that across in my posts. And I try and be uber like authentic and truly me and what I am to myself. And I think that's important to kind of figure out your brand and who you are and what you represent and constantly be posting about that so people can really get to know who you are personally. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is I think I'm going to just start with showing you guys some of the posts I use on Facebook and my whole idea on what they kind of represent to me because I'm always posting with purpose. I never do a post, well, I wouldn't say never. Occasionally I do a post just about me and my family and just what we're doing and having fun, but I think that still represents the business in itself because it shows freedom and what type of life you can live. But every post is thoughtful. Every post, even if I'm posting a picture of me playing with my kids, I'm showing that I have the freedom to play with my kids in the middle of the day and take a walk with them. So always be thinking about your post in that mindset of what are you showing people when it comes to this business. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I quickly put together a few posts just to show you guys kind of an idea of how my posting works. So this one was just me shopping, and I was sharing a deal that I got at the store because I'm a total bargain shopper. But I got this idea from somebody else. I think it was actually an It Works person, but I thought it was brilliant. So I kind of changed it up and made it my own. But basically it's talking about how you can share, like everyone shares on Facebook. Everyone shares, food they're eating or restaurants they like or movies they like. But that's what we do as coaches. We share our journey. So basically with this post, I was just explaining to people that everyone can do what I do and make an income and earn an income just by sharing something they love. So that's a business opportunity post. It may not seem like it, but it totally is. The next one is me talking about how I signed up with $39, and kind of about how this whole thing has changed my life and how I can make a full-time income working from home. And it was just $39 that got me started, and how it's kind of longer. But anyhow, you guys can kind of check that out. But I'm also showing that I get to spend time with my kids and hang out with them. Okay, the next one is talking about payday. So like I said, I am always talking about the business opportunity. It might come off a little strong to you guys, but literally every day I post 3 to 5 times a day. One of them is business related. One of them, every single day. They don't have to be in your face business. It can be as simple as I'm at the pool, I'm working at the pool with my kids, and take a picture of me at the pool working from my cell phone. This one is talking about how we have the opportunity to just take the day off and go and hang out and go to lunch. This was me with my daughter at dance. And so I'm just literally sharing my life and the freedom that Beachbody gives me with everything. Okay, so now this post, I wanted to go into the fact that I love the idea of doing the jabbing all week and then doing a high traction post on Sunday during the day and then right hooking that evening. So this is just my idea of doing a high traction post. All it is I always post a picture of something that's going to get people interested, that's going to get people commenting, that's going to get people liking. So I just posted a picture of 2 bikinis I thought were cute and asked people what they are, well, a one piece and a bikini, and got a response. And then later that evening, I posted an invite to a business to like my training or a business post. I always, I wouldn't say never, but 98% of the time, I am not talking about my challenge groups. I am talking about the business. Always. I'll tell you guys what I do for my challenge groups in a second. But on my Facebook page, I'm talking about the business opportunity. Now this one, once again, I guess it's kind of repetitive now that I look at it. I'm talking about how I have dance parties, how I can play Yahtzee all the time, how we can just spend time together with my kids all the time, and I still can make a full-time income because I have this opportunity. So it's just kind of a repetitive thing of me sharing my life and being able to have that flexibility with my family, but also making an income doing it and how dreams come true. Okay. Any questions so far on that? No. Okay.
Is this all from your timeline, or do you have a like page? Do you use a business page?
I do not. Well, I do have several like pages, but I do not use them.
Okay, nice to know.
Yes. I have tried, and I may try some more, but I feel like business is going well with just what I have going, and so I might as well keep it there.
Cool.
So I may need to branch out, but we'll see. But good question. Okay, so when it comes to challenge groups and that type of thing, I kind of keep it separate in the sense I do events. And events are my thing. Like, I absolutely love them. And would you guys like to see one of my events and how they work? Okay, let me think of the last one I did. Let's go. So here's the key with events. You have to make them public. I know that's kind of a no-brainer, but some people forget that. And how that works and how it works to your favor is you, like this event, I accidentally forgot to add people to until the last day when it was like closing out. And I had like 70 people going to the event without inviting anyone because the posts were showing up on other people's news feeds. So when it comes to events, I like to do a theme with all my groups. I think it makes it fun. I think it gets me inspired and motivated. And if I'm inspired and motivated, it's just going to flow out of me and it's going to excite other people. So when it comes to events, you have to post every single day. Key. Okay, so I guess we can start from the beginning since the end is gets kind of messy because everyone starts kind of posting in there. Okay, let's see. Okay, so my events are a great way to basically explain to people what they're going to receive in my challenge group. I'm going to talk about the theme of the event. I'm going to talk about what they're going to receive in their packages. I'm going to talk about Shakeology. It's basically like a commercial that goes on for about 20 days of me promoting this challenge group and promoting the package. Like, I feel like I can actually talk about the containers, talk about what's in Shakeology, talk about what workouts they're going to do. Whereas if you post that stuff on your personal page, people kind of feel like it's a sales pitch in a sense, in my opinion. So I do all of this in an event where people that are actually wanting to go will see it. Okay, so where did I start? So this is a trouble area challenge. So literally I was focusing on the arms, the cellulite. I was basically I'm sharing all this stuff in my private challenge group. So back fat, those were just my focusing. And then I talked a little bit about me and ab workouts, and basically I will post pictures of things that I feel like will get a lot of traction. So then here's a sneak peek of exercises I'm going to throw in the challenge group. The containers, which, by the way, guys, like I said, this got 45 likes, and I didn't even invite anyone, which I thought was crazy because most people like see these containers all the time, and people were like super excited about the fact they're going to get containers with this challenge group. So it was kind of funny how things work out. Then I talked about Shakeology and how great it was for them. And then I always like to post 2 plans, and it's my favorite programs, 21 Day Fix, Hammer and Chisel. I don't make it more confusing than that. Actually, I get a lot of coaches messaging me. They're like, so what program is the Lean Machine? I've never even heard of that before. And I'm like, it's not that, but I just create my own names for it, so I simplify it. This is actually the 21 Day Fix. So, and then I just talk about my own journey. But I'm posting it every day. This is a little video of some moves. Then I talk about my back fat, my personal story, and that's about it. But the key with these is to post every single day. Any questions on events? Yes.
Hi, great job so far, too. Great information. One of the things I was curious on the events, I was always hesitant to post things like you were saying that you do in the event, just because I know that, like, won't all your friends like see that just in the news feed too? And like you were saying, you weren't wanting to be salesy by talking about that. I'm like, will they realize it's in an event? You know what I mean? I always kind of am unsure on how that all works or is perceived.
Well, it shows that you're posting it in the event. So then people naturally know, they're like, well, this isn't on her personal page. She's talking about an event. And so then they're not, I think it comes across differently to them because they're like, oh, she's posting this in an event. It's not on her personal page. And it doesn't show up on everyone's newsfeed. Like your personal post, it will just show up occasionally on high traction. You know how Facebook is. It's kind of weird how everything kind of shows up. But in my events, I try and find at least one time something that is going to get a ton of traction, that I know would get a ton of traction on my personal page. Because I kind of, you know when things are going to do really well, I feel like. Personally, like I know when a post is going to do pretty good. So I will take time and post a really great post in my event, because then it'll get like 100+ likes, which means tons of people will see my event, tons of them. So then they'll be like, wait, what is this trouble area challenge she's posting in? And they'll click on it, and then they'll see what it's all about. So it's kind of a cool way to just get people interested without actually getting people, without saying anything. Yeah.
So in your event, do you, how is your call to action? Like, do you give any kind of links? Do you have a form they fill out? Do you just say, message me? Or do you reach out just to people that say they're going, or maybe? Could you answer that and then also show us maybe what your blurb says on your thing?
Yeah. Okay. When I do my events, I typically do them for like 20 days. It just depends on how on point I am. But typically about 20 days. Okay, so on my post, I don't think I ever post links. I'm thinking I don't. What I do is, okay, so for instance, I'll post basically 2 options. And people that comment on it and say, I want to do this one, I will message them first and say, hey, I noticed that you want to do the Lean Machine. And I'll basically tell them what it is. Like, the workouts are only 30 minutes. It's portion controlled eating. I'll either ask them from that point, what are you doing for fitness? Or is this something that will work for your lifestyle? Or will you be able to work out 30 minutes each day. But the cool thing about events and when it comes to messaging is the cool thing up here is at the top, this is why I love them so much, is because everyone who went or is interested, I can easily message them and be like, hey girl, I saw you were interested in my event. Which plan do you want to go with? The Lean Machine or the, I think Get Toned was the other one. And then we just start conversation from there and they'll say, you know, which one they want to do. I'll ask them what they're doing right now. And then I'll kind of figure out which plan they actually need versus maybe what they desire. And then I'll go from there and talk to them about Shakeology because I'm always going for the challenge pack. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, will you show what your description is in the beginning of it? I keep trying to scroll on your own page.
Oh, wait, this one right here?
I guess so, yeah.
Swimsuit season is upon us, and my trouble areas are killing my bikini confidence. I put together so many workouts to banish back fat, reduce love handles, get rid of cellulite, tighten the arms. Join me for this annual summer challenge. Now, I feel like not a lot of people see this, actually. It's all about the posts you do after that.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. If you do a really good detail, then make it with a post in the group so then people actually see it. Another thing I wanted to talk about is when I hit Success Club each month, most of them are coaches. Like the 5 people I sign up with challenge packs are typically coaches. So I'm always talking to people when they are gonna buy a challenge pack. First of all, I talk to them about the fact that they could have a coach account. Most of them, just because of what I'm attracting, I'm totally about the law of attraction. What I'm putting out is business all the time. So people that are contacting me to do a challenge, they are interested in the business 90% of the time. And even if they're not interested in the business and they buy a challenge pack, literally a month later, they're like, we should probably talk about the business opportunity. And I'm like, yeah, we should, because it's awesome. So I'm not saying I'm perfect, and I'm not saying all my coaches are like amazing, because I'm struggling to hit. I'm actually at 1 star right now, and it's hard for me to get my coaches to diamond, but I am good at recruiting and getting them signed up. Now, maybe my training is failing. I'm not really sure, but I won't get into that. I'm just going to talk about what I feel like I am good at. But so when it comes to training, my training is a 21-day new coach training. And what my training focuses on is personal development, inviting, and workouts and Shakeology. So it's kind of ran somewhat like a challenge group, because I want them to be focusing on the 3 vital behaviors, which now there's 4, but I'm the upline, so I'm going to be talking about how great they're doing. But for them, I'm focusing on the 3 vitals with them, because if they're doing the the 3 vitals, they will be successful. End of story. So I reformatted a training to a 21-day program. So they're doing a 21-day program every time, and I run it every 21 days. And like I said, it just focuses on those. Another thing I do that I think works well is I do an energized giveaway once a week in my coach training to the people that are following along. I don't do, typically, it's not like I have to be like, who followed along the best. Typically, there will be one person that commented on every single post, and that will be the person that wins the Energize. Typically, I'm not sending more than 1 a week. So, or if I am, I'll do a drawing. I typically only do 1 a week. But I think that keeps people invested and going and continuing on the training, because I think the training works. And I also, in each day's training, I challenge them to make a post. Either a post of them working out. Every day is different. So every day is a different topic, and I'm challenging them to share their journey every single day. So it creates a really easy, it's an easy way for new coaches to follow along, and a lot of them don't know what to post about. I literally spell it out for them so they can know exactly what they should be posting about. Let me see if I have anything else that I wanted to talk about. But it's always about, with posting, is bringing it back to how Beachbody has changed your life. Because everyone on this call right now, Beachbody has changed your life. So how do you share that in every way? Financially, physically, emotionally. That's what your post should be every single day, is talking about that. Because it has changed your life. And sometimes we forget about that. You know, we get used to this new great life, But you want to go back and you want to post to that person that you were before Beachbody, because that's the person you want to attract. Is that, for me, it was that mom that was just became a stay-at-home mom because I had 3 kids and I wasn't really planning on it, but yay, exciting. But I felt like I had lost a piece of myself. Like I no longer had a career. I no longer could provide for myself and my family. I had asked my spouse for money to go to the store. You know, I didn't like that. I wanted to be independent. So I think it's important to be talking to that person you were before every time you post. Okay, another tip that I really love and that I've recently started doing, because we all scroll Facebook every day. I actually give myself 30 minutes a day to scroll, and I screenshot people that I think would be good coaches. So people that are sharing their own personal fitness journey, that are sharing inspirational quotes. Like I just feel like at this point I could find great coaches just by what they're posting on Facebook. So I screenshot them, and then the next morning when I'm doing my power hour, I contact them and talk to them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I loved your post yesterday, or wow, you're looking amazing. Like, what are you doing? It's just a great conversation starter to the people that I think would be coaches. And when in my power hour, I'm talking to way more people that are coach leads than customer leads every day. I probably talk to 10 versus like 3 or 4 customer leads. Do like 10 coach leads. Okay, I think that's it.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions. So let's open it up to questions. Do you ladies have anything for Miss Chelsea?
That is so awesome. I just set a reminder to go and screenshot. I do something similar, but I've never created screenshots, and I think that's so rad. And I'm so with you on the events. I think it's like the golden nugget that's so missed. I will say the benefit of having a like page with the events is being able to really target and target marketing to expand your market. I have had groups like with tons of strangers that get filled up like really quick by spending $5. That is a great way to hit Success Club if you're in need. So that's definitely something that I love doing with the events as well.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, girlfriend. That's awesome. So what else? Any other questions for, yes, Marcy, go.
Okay, Ashley and Chelsea. Okay, so I'm like the yaya, the old person in this group, and most of my coaches are all girls. I have 2 daughters that are coaches with me, so that's who I tend to relate to. So that's like, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to make them my target market. So if you have any ideas, let me know on how to post for that. And then also Ashley and Chelsea, like for the free events, how do you boost yours from your like page that you get so many people that don't? I mean, first of all, how many people are on your page that follow that on your like page, Ashley?
I have almost 11,000 on my like page due to the fact that I had a video go viral. Okay. I used to only have 1,000. So
I was gonna say, 1,300.
You go into your ad manager and
yep.
You have to create the event first, and you can create the event from your timeline or from your like page. When I had a baby like page, I only created them from my timeline. But now that I have a bigger like page, I create them from my like page. But you go into your ad manager, you pull down the tab, and then you use your avatar, who you want to market to tag them. And you can choose age. I only work with women, so I choose women. My age is really small, like 28 to 36. I like really niche it down to stay-at-home mom, motherhood. You can go through and put all your hobbies in there as tags, and then it will show you off to the side how many people you're targeting to. And then you create an ad around that, and you tell how much money you want to spend. Usually I do like $5 a day. And it will get seen. You create a creative around it. There's really good training that Facebook puts out that is like 5 minutes to teach you how to do all this. But that's how I do my ads. I don't do it every month. I don't create an ad every month. It's only if I'm really struggling to hit Success Club, then I'll do it.
Where do you find the quick training for that? In Facebook?
Facebook business. Like if you type in the search bar Facebook for business, I'm sure that you'll find there, or just YouTube's.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. So Chelsea, when you did your event, you do it from your personal page then, right?
Yes, I do have a like page, and I've done it for my like page before, but when it comes to showing up on others' newsfeed, I feel like you have a better shot of it showing up if you do it from your personal page. So I tend to fail on events if I do them from my like page, unless you were to boost them, which totally makes sense to do it like that.
Okay.
Try both.
Good point.
I think it would matter, Kath. I think it would really matter. Like for me, my warm market, because I haven't been adding very many people to my actual timeline, and I've been coaching and posting for 4 years. I think that for me right now, my main mission is to find new people, new blood. So for me, I'm putting a lot of my focus over there. But if you don't feel like you've exhausted, quote unquote, your timeline, you know, even with it not showing up on it, but it just kind of goes where you're trying to put your focus on. Like Chelsea has massive attraction on her timeline from new people and old people and, you know, all over. So it just really, you have to look at your own Facebook and see kind of where you're at with your people. If that makes sense.
This is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can I add something? So I would just say, at this point where you are all 2-star diamonds and above, this is the critical piece where you just need to become so confident and comfortable with it. All of you think, okay, and it naturally happens at 2-star diamond where you naturally think, okay, now I understand it. Okay, you already have been the expert. You guys have heard me say this before. So believe in yourself as far as the business goes. There's a couple of things as far as the business side. Always include, obviously, Beachbody does not guarantee inside your post, no matter what you say about it, because you never want compliance. And they scroll all day long, and they will look at something, and even if you mention that it's payday and you got XYZ, you need to make sure that you reference that just to keep yourself out of Beachbody jail, okay? Along with that is when you start talking about the business, you know, don't forget that a lot of your coaches are going to need to get their journey right in track. And I love how Chelsea said that she's going back to that with her training, because if you think about it, you have to fall in love with Beachbody. You have to fall in love with a program. You have to fall in love with Shakeology. So once they are 100% in, let them be on their journey. Let them fall even deeper in love with it. Have them get results. And even if it's just 5 to 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds, it's still a lot for some people. And so just remember, it's all about the journey. It's all about, you know, helping them to see the bigger vision of this so they stick with it forever. But this is what's going to take your business from here to here. If you understand the business side, if you understand that you are the expert and you can get them started right, I would just have strong expectations, you know, so you can say, hey, you know, when you come in, this is the expectation. You're going to hit A, B, C, D, E, F. And if that comes off a little strong, you now know what kind of coach they would be. If they say, you know, I'm kind of like a jogger, then jog along with them. But you want definite yeses or definite nos. The maybes in this whole business side is what's going to kill you and keep you where you're at. So I love, Chelsea, that you added and you shared so much, especially your training. And if this is something new that you've just implemented it, give it time. Give it until summit. See if it's the right system. We naturally try something for 30 days, and if it doesn't work, we're like, done. It's usually 30, 60, 90 days until we see what is going to happen. So I love it, Chelsea. Try it out and see if it works for you. And if not, let's chat and let's figure out what the disconnect is. And that's the beautiful thing about us here at corporate is we can talk and see what is going on to help you with your business, because we want you to get to where your goals are, what you're striving towards, all of those things. But just a reminder, always put an income disclaimer. I don't want any of you to get hurt by compliance by that. Just because, like I said, we know that Beachbody does not guarantee, but I see it every single day, and I see every single one of you being very successful in it. So make sure that you do portray the success, but it isn't for everybody. Just a reminder. Oh, okay, we have a little bit more time. Any other questions for Chelsea, for anybody else in the group? No?
Hey, you guys, quick request. Will everybody wave? I'm going to take a screenshot. Everybody. Thank you.
I don't know why my mouth always has to be open. I'm like, but right. And then also I love it. Just wanted to share one last thing. The fact that she has a goal to have 8 to 10 new coaches a month is absolutely incredible. And I would just say, Kate, out of those 8 to 10, how many of are actually working? 100% say yes, they're in, they go to get their products paid for by helping 3 people, yada, 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 and track what that number is. Because I don't expect, you know, a lot of our coaches have a hard time with recruiting. Oh, that's cute, Christina. And so if that is the case, just figure out what your number is. Some of my top coaches recruit recruit only 5, but they have 3 or 4 out of 5 that are working coaches. Find what's going to work for you. But Chelsea is an avid recruiter, and she always does such a phenomenal job with it, and that's probably why her goal is a little bit higher. But for the rest of you, if you are having a problem with getting 3 or 4 or 5, really try and go for 5 and see how many of them are going to be working, okay? And then build up from there. It's one of those numbers, you hit 5, you become comfortable, go for 6, and continue to grow and progress and figure out what's going to work within your business. All the screenshotting. Obviously, this was an amazing call because we were getting holy heck of pictures. I love it. Chelsea, is there anything else that you want to add, girlfriend?
I think I do, actually.
Live
videos have really, really, really helped my business in the last couple of weeks since I've started doing them. I think it gives you a way for people to actually see the type of person you are. And like I did one the other day about the 21-day fix going on sale and how I was pumped about it and how you could have the containers and all this stuff for $10. And I literally got like 15 people that day wanting to buy the program. Not all of them bought it, but just to have that much traction on a video is just unreal because posts don't get like the live videos and people seeing you and seeing who you are and be yourself. I think the biggest problem with live videos and people is like they get kind of like nervous and so they're kind of like stiff and boring. Like mess up, have fun. Like that's what people want to see is you not being perfect. So do it and like go into it with no idea what you're going to do and just rock it. And then if you suck, just delete it afterwards. It's okay.
Can I add to that? Yeah. Johnson, she went on a whole Periscope thing for a while, but lately in her Build Your Tribe thing, she's saying Facebook Live is where it's at on your like page. And I just decided to jump in and start doing it too. And what I did was I did an advertisement on my regular page that gave people the assignment to go like my like page and turn the notifications on, mark their calendars. And so I was promoting it that way. And I did one that was last night for my first time, 5 reasons you're not losing weight. And then I used those 5 pain points to show how the 21-day fix and the challenge would solve those problems. And so I did that last night. And I was going to do one too about shake ingredients, make sure, I don't know what I'm going to name it, but I'm going to say, do you have scary ingredients hiding in your shake? And like cover soy, artificial sweeteners and things that Shakeology doesn't have. You know what I mean? So we could do different things like that. But yeah, Facebook Live.
And even just making a shake, people love to see that. Like while you're making a shake, add in those things and people just love to see like how easy it is. A lot of people think, like, I've had so many people ask me, like, so do you have to add all this stuff to your shake? And I'm like, no, so it's just as simple as, like, showing them that you just put in the powder and blend up, and they're, like, mind blown. So try that out.
Chelsea, so, like, you haven't gotten, they always say that if we do too much business stuff on our personal page, that Facebook will put us in jail or whatever, so but that doesn't bother them at all.
The only time I get put in jail is when what is it? I think it's when I add too many people a day.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But no, I mean, I have a separate like page that I post on occasionally. I just find that if I put quality posts on there, no one sees it. So it's like, why am I putting all of this quality stuff on there when I could get actually traction on my regular page? And I remember hearing from another coach that one of the top coaches, I can't remember what her name was. She's no longer on the top 10, but she did all of her business from her Facebook, and once she maxed out her friends, she used her spouses and maxed out all of his friends and just would tag each other in each one of the posts. And so she never really went to the like page. So I don't know if I ever will, unless I get a great video like Ashley and get a ton of people like that. But I'm just not going to spend money on marketing when I don't.
You don't sell either, Chelsea. Like the reason people get in trouble on Facebook for using it as business on your timeline is because they're selling. Like they're posting links and they're selling. You don't sell. You're just sharing. So I don't think you'll ever get in trouble for that because you're not sending links and trying to sell people, And I think that's the rule breaking is like buy this from me and posting a link,
Good point. I love that. And you don't use any stock photos or anything like that. It is all you. And I just have to applaud you for putting yourself so far out there, like with the back fat and everything. I mean, all of us are like, but we all have it, let's be honest. And so if you can definitely portray that, you are talking to the masses of women, not the 1% that have the chisel hard body. So I love it. Okay, anything else? We only have a couple minutes left.
I have one more thing, sorry.
Yeah.
I've been trying to remember to do this. I've been going live on my like page a lot, but the last few days I forgot to do it too. At the end of it, I've been saying, hit the like button if you like what I shared with you today. Also click the notifications to let me know, or let you know when I go live, and then also let me know what else you want to hear from me. Kind of like when Caleb does all his stuff at the end of his videos. So I've been trying to do that somewhat too, to kind of get more people to follow me live. Just a suggestion.
Totally.
Cool.
You can always learn from Caleb. I like it.
I was going to mention for the Facebook jail, I got put in Facebook jail for just a feature. It's like you don't get put in Facebook jail, but for the feature. So I was running, I was adding files to a challenge group, just like copying and pasting stuff from my Google Drive into a challenge group that I was starting, and I was doing it too quickly because I was just like copy paste.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you're using this feature too quickly. So I got put in a 24-hour hold. Same thing with messaging people and inviting too many people to events if they don't hit going. So those are some other things to be careful of. Now I'll know when I'm setting up a challenge group to do a couple files, do something else, and then come back.
So silly. Okay.
Isn't it so dumb? I'm like, what do you mean I'm going really fast? Like, that was the message. We see that you're going really fast. And I'm like.
Okay. Okay, well, we will stop the call here, but thank you so much, Chelsea. Such amazing content. Thank you so much for sharing, opening up about you, your pages, your groups, everything like that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, ladies, for jumping on. And I will be reaching out to some of you for our next call, because I want to get some other great speakers on here. So please let me know if that is something that you are interested in, so I don't hunt you down. But other than that, Chelsea, great job. Have a great day, ladies. Thanks for being part of today. Bye.